Hey everybody, welcome to Barbecue by Biggs. I'm Aaron and today we're working on a chuck roast. We're gonna take this chuck roast, rub it up, layer on those flavors with some B&B charcoal, some cherry chunks, and that smoke flavor, and just cook it until it just shreds apart. We'll then shred it, put it on a sandwich, and man, it makes one heck of a pulled beef sandwich, so stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Let's get rolling here. So we're just gonna put a binder on this 5-pound chuck roast. And you know what? I can't say it, but W sauce, we're gonna put some W sauce on this thing. We're gonna use that W sauce as a binder. So just drizzle some on and then just rub it in. What this is gonna do is gonna allow our rub to stick. It's gonna hold that rub on there until it gets enough smoke and enough heat to set it. So we're gonna get this W sauce rubbed in and then we're gonna get our rub added on. So today we're using something special. We're using Uncle Steve's Shake and it's called cow powder. When you're putting this rub on, you need to put a liberal coating on there. Uncle Steve's Shake, you can tell it flows out of this bottle, so it really does a good job of covering. So get the front done, pat it in, and then pull it up and get those sides real well. We're really gonna layer the flavor onto this chuck roast today. We have this cow powder, we have the beefy flavor from the chuck roast. We're using oak briquettes from B&B, and we're using cherry chunks. So you're gonna have the flavor of the beef, the flavor of the rub, and then those oak flavors and those cherry flavors blended in. So we're layering that flavor onto this beef today, and it's gonna make some good pulled beef sandwiches. So once you get the rub on, just let it sit room temperature for a few minutes before it goes on the smoker. And as you can tell, it'll start to sweat and that rub will start to stick. So we'll get it ready to go on the smoker and get out there and get that smoker fired up 275 degrees. We'll see you guys out there. So on this cook, we're gonna use cherry chunks. We're gonna do the Firebox a little bit different than we normally do. These are the leftovers from the last cook. We're gonna push those to the back. We're gonna take these cherry chunks and then we're just gonna lay them out. These are store-bought, kiln dried, but they work pretty good. We're just gonna space these out so we get even smoke flavor throughout. Then we're gonna take our B&B charcoal, and then we're just gonna fill in the gaps. Get the gaps filled up. Then we'll just cover the rest of it with charcoal. Sometimes we use lump on the top, sometimes we don't. When we do chunks, I'm not gonna use lump today. I want a consistent temperature across. Sometimes lump spikes up. I wanna make sure we have a pretty consistent temp. So we'll finish getting this done and get it lighted up. We're gonna leave this pocket at the front so we can get a half a chimney of charcoal in and get this thing lit off. So we'll bring you back. Hey, welcome back. We got the Lone Star Grills Mini up to 275 degrees. We're gonna get this chuck roast on. We're gonna smoke it for about 2 hours before we look in on it. We're gonna check the bark, we're gonna check the color, and then we'll decide whether we're gonna wrap or not. Once we get that color that we're looking for, instead of wrapping it in foil or peach paper, we're actually gonna put it in a pan, and then we're gonna cover it with foil. So stay tuned, we'll get this thing on. All right, we are using water, but for this cook, we're gonna put the water right underneath it. We wanna save some of those juices that come out of it. So we'll put this on the top, actually the middle rack of the pit, but the top rack that I have in. And then we'll just slide this water tray right underneath it. That'll catch all the drippings and add moisture to it as it goes. So we'll get that in there. Get that right over the top of it. Roll it at 275 degrees until we get a nice bark. So we'll bring you back when we're ready to check in on it.
Hey, welcome back. We've been rolling at 275 degrees. We're gonna peek in to see what it looks like. All right, looking great. Look at that color. I'll bring you in and let you look at it. Bark setting up, color's looking great. Bark's almost there, probably another 45 minutes or so. Still moist, you can see the moisture puddling in it, so we'll let it sit. Put it back in. All right, we've been running at 275. We're about 3 hours in. The color looks good. We're gonna get it wrapped up. So after 3 hours, we got the color that we're looking for. Just slide it off into here. Bring you in and let you look at that color. Color's looking very good. So now we're gonna take some Lipton onion soup, cup of water, mix those together. Pour that right over the top. And cover it with foil. We're gonna put it back on at 275 degrees until it shreds. So, all right, we're gonna put this back on at 275 degrees, like I said, until it shreds. Should be about another 2 hours or so. Not checking internal temps, not doing any of that. When it's tender, when it shreds, is when it's done. So we'll go back on 275 until it's done. We'll bring you back when that happens and let you know how long it took. So see you on a little bit. It's been about 2 more hours. We're gonna check in on this chuck roast and see how tender it is. If it probes like butter, we're gonna pull it off, let it sit, and then shred it. So let's check in. Let's open this thing up and check it out. Looking good. Probe this thing. Feel a little bit of tightness. It's almost there. So I'd say about another 30 minutes or so, it should be good to go. You see it's on the edges, it's already starting to where you can shred it. So let's give it about another 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and it'll be ready to go. We'll bring y'all back in. Hey, welcome back. After about 5 hours at 275 degrees, the chuck roast is finally done. We're gonna get some forks, shred it up, get it ready to go on those sandwiches. So I'll bring you in to do that. So we're just gonna take a couple of these forks, and we should be able to just shred it. Look at that coming apart like that. Let me see if I can get a piece so you can see the smoke ring here. Get this up here. Find a piece we can see some smoke ring. That smoke ring on there. Looks good. Bark looks good. It's done. So we'll get this shredded up and get it on that sandwich. Yeah, I'm gonna get a taste of it though. Oh yeah, I have money there. All right, I'm gonna shred it up. I'll bring it back for the sandwich. So we got a Hawaiian bun. We're just gonna take this stuff, take that shredded beef and just load that bun up. Load it up. Take some barbecue sauce, whatever your flavor you like. Some barbecue sauce on there. Then boom, sandwich. This pulled beef sandwich is gonna be great. Let me give it a try here. All right, let's get us a big old bite of this thing. Check it out. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Whew. That's so good. You guys gotta try this. See y'all next time.